Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And it seems that common sense is not entirely gone in Scotland. However, this isn't coming from a politician. For them, it's far too late. There's not one of them with any scintilla of intelligence. But Tom Hunter, who is a billionaire investor, tycoon, businessman, has said if Scotland wants to improve its economy, it needs to bite the bullet and reduce taxation. Not something, of course, that the likes of Shona Robinson can understand. Her very limited intellect doesn't see that dropping tax increases tax revenue. She doesn't understand that because the Laffer curve isn't that complicated for you or me. But for her, it's like, isn't that mathy? And I'm not very good at maths, which is why they've put me in charge of finances and the economy. And what a pig's ear she's making of that. But Tom Hunter says if you follow Ireland's lead, reduce the taxes, you'll attract international investors, the tax take goes up, jobs go up, the economy grows, everybody benefits. A rising tide lifts all boats. And you know what? He's right. Someone obviously studied basic economics. Not something that's happened to anyone in Holyrood. Let's take a look at what he's saying and see if he's right. Spoiler, he is. Here goes. Now, those on the left will probably say, oh, it's just typical, a billionaire calling for lower taxes. But no, we've already seen the effect of higher taxes in Scotland. Either there's a recruitment problem because people will not go to Scotland because of the tax regime, or there's retaining people looking at the tax they're paying and thinking, do you know what? I can do this same job in England and make a lot more money. Why am I here? And that's what's happening. You're either not recruiting in or people are leaving. There is an absolute brain drain of knowledge, experience and talent going south. It's acknowledged. It's seen to be happening. This is why so many unfulfilled vacancies in things like the NHS, because those who can do the job are going, yeah, okay, I could do the job there, but unless they're going to pay me enough to cover that tax gap. And of course, the moment they pay one consultant that extra to cover the tax gap, then all the other consultants are going, hang on a minute, I want the same. And then everyone else will go, junior doctors, I want the same. The nurses, I want the same. The cleaners, I want the same. And they all want the same. And then the whole system falls apart and they haven't got the money to pay it. And so that is what's happening. And so, yes, it looks like you've got a billionaire calling for lower taxes and it's seen as being benefiting him. But it doesn't. This is the point. It doesn't. Because he pays all his through corporation tax, which is not controlled, of course, by Humza Yousaf and Shona Robinson. It's controlled from London. Anyway, we'll have a look at this. SNP should lower income tax to increase public funding, says billionaire, as tax hike set to bite middle-class Scots. Tycoon Sir Tom Hunter urged the SNP to actually mirror one of its Skexit comparator countries in Ireland and lower taxes to attract more talented people to Scotland. If you can attract the talented and the knowledgeable and the experienced in, and you bring in the entrepreneurs and the investment, Scotland will boom. It will have money. It will have jobs. Everyone benefits. And when you've got that opportunity, there is more room for stretch to increase services, to increase the things that you want to do. You'll actually have the money to push these things that you seem to think are important. When you're pushing for your important things at the cost of people's services, then you're actually doing harm, not good. And that's the problem with the SNP at the moment. They're harming people. SNP ministers should be looking at lowering income taxes to boost Scotland's economy and public services, claimed a billionaire, instead of hiking them up even more. So Tom Hunter made the call just 5 days before middle-class Scots are set to be hit with another massive increase in taxes. The Scottish Government confirmed plans to create a further tax band in the budget, with this coming in from April the 6th. It's also frozen tax bands for the 42p higher rate at 43,663 rather than increasing it by inflation, meaning workers such as teachers, police officers, NHS staff will be dragged into a higher tax bracket when they get pay rises in April. This is called fiscal drag. If you don't increase the allowances, then people who get little pay rises and things, that pay rise drops into the higher band, and they get a lot less than they think they're going to get. It's a tax increase by stealth, but they think that they're being sweet in doing it. Oh well, nobody will notice at the 42,000 range or whatever. People notice. People know how much they're earning. They know how much they're paying in tax. They don't like it. Anyone with a salary of over 28,850 already pay more to the state than their neighbours in the south, which is a total of 1.5 million Scots. A new advanced 45p tax rate is being introduced to income between 75 and 125,000. So right in the band where you really have problems recruiting. Ain't that weird? But then you look at the IQ of the people involved here. Shona Robinson's got an IQ of 86 and they put her in charge of finance. Is it any wonder? Finance Secretary Shona Robinson is also increasing the top rate of tax in Scotland by 1p to 48p, which is 3 pence in the pound higher than the top rate levied in England and Wales. And it's led to concerns by recruiters that organisations, including the NHS, will struggle to attract talented staff north due to the divergence. And indeed, as we say, it's already having a massive effect across the whole of Scotland. And there is this massive recruitment and retention problem. And what are they going to do about it? The only option they've got, unless they reduce taxes, is to offer increased salaries. But increased salaries have to be paid for, which means things become more expensive, which increases inflation, which puts on more pressure to employers at all levels have to pay up. And so ultimately, the economy shrinks. It's not hard, you know. It really isn't all that hard to see. Unless you're really, really stupid. And unfortunately, your average SNP voter keeps voting in really, really stupid people. I mean, like, not just common sort of down the pub stupid. We're talking trigger-like stupid. We are talking retarded. And they keep voting these people in. Amazing, isn't it? A number of other sectors, including technology, finance services and hospitality, have claimed that the widening tax divide is making it harder to recruit staff and to compete on a global scale. We previously told how elite executives from across the UK are demanding a Scottish weighting in their salaries before moving forward to compensate for higher taxes. Did that story last week. Sir Hunter, it's not Sir Hunter, for heaven's sake. If he was a lord, it'd be Lord Hunter. He's a Sir Tom. Sir Tom, who is Scotland's first homegrown billionaire, suggested that lowering the tax rates in Scotland would actually be more likely to increase the government's overall tax take and boost public services. I see Sir Tom Hunter has heard of the Laffer curb also. Humza Yousaf has claimed that high taxes are needed to fund freebies such as free tuition and free prescriptions. They're not freebies if you're having to raise tax to pay for them. All you're saying is other people are paying for them. Don't call them freebies. That's the last thing they are. And especially when you look at the social cost of these things. He told the Times that skilled workers would move north of the border if they are financially incentivised. And this would lift the working age population and create a larger pool of people who'd be liable to pay income tax. He pointed to Ireland, which lowered corporation tax to attract new companies and boosted its economic growth. Much to the chagrin of the rest of Europe, it must be said. And the rest of the EU are still fighting with Ireland to try to get them to increase their corporation tax because everyone keeps wanting to put their companies in Ireland. And Ireland keeps saying, no, don't blame them. But if they are forced, and it's looking likely that they may well be forced to increase their corporation tax, then all these companies will leave and Ireland will go third world because its income taxes are high as well. It's a bugger, isn't it? The tycoon added, we can put our taxes above England, but we can also put our taxes below England. Tax is an important part of setting the tone for business. It tells people Scotland is a high tax economy, and that is the wrong message to send to the world. I want to tell the world Scotland is open for business and we want to make it easy for you. And he's quite right. Lower the tax rates, attract the people, get the talent in, grow the economy. Life becomes better for everyone. Coming up. This has been a Party Political broadcast on behalf of the bleeding obvious party. Everyone knows if you attract people in, you get the better people. And they are the ones that grow the economy. The talented, the wise, the clever, the technologically astute, the financially astute, the ones who will create jobs. And you do that by making your economy attractive, by saying, come here, pay less in tax, keep more of your own money, and keep more of that money to invest further into your business and grow the economy even faster. It is a virtuous circle. Unfortunately, the likes of Shona Robinson and Humza Yousaf are, to put it in medical terms, imbeciles. Thanks for watching. Do please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. I will speak to you later. Bye.